Thank you so much to Authority Magazine for including me in this interview, 5 Steps to be Free of the Fear of Failure. My name is Lisa Niver. I'm from We Said Go Travel, and I think the first step to be free of failure is to remember that you can always try again. Recently, I was at Beaches, Turks and Caicos, and the Sesame Street characters had a show where they talked about, I wonder, what if, let's try. This advice can always help you because you can try something again. When I moved back to Los Angeles when I was getting divorced, I joined a salsa team as a good way to meet new people. And I was afraid I wouldn't be good enough, but everyone was super supportive. I got so much better, and I was so glad that I was willing to grow into a better dancer. So that's called having a growth mindset. When you try again. It's a good help from our small furry Sesame Street friends. So the second step that I want to recommend, I take from a quote from Mark Twain, where he said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started. And the secret of getting started is breaking your complex and overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks, and then starting on the first step." So every journey, we know, we've heard this before, starts with one step. And right now I'm working on a memoir. And when I get overwhelmed with my book project that it's such a gigantic task, my friend reminds me, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time. So again, those small steps can help us move forward one step at a time. The third step is to evaluate risks and benefits. So once when I was traveling in Indonesia, we heard about a place where you could swim with stingless jellyfish. And I was super excited, and we took this long boat ride to Kakavan, and then we arrived and we had to walk up all these stairs to the landing, and we looked out at this lake, and literally there were more jellyfish in the lake than like you'd think of a field with an amazing number of flowers. Oh my gosh, so many jellyfish, and I was terrified. And I realized that my fears were trying to win, and it wasn't true that the jellyfish did sting. These were special jellyfish. They've adapted, they've evolved in this lake, and they don't sting. And so I talked to myself and I thought, I can do it. And it was absolutely amazing. So I was really glad that I was open to this unique encounter, and I talked back to my fears. So another thing that I think is a really great step is sometimes in order to move forward, you have to ask for help. I did a project, 50 challenges, before I turned 50, which is a big part of my memoir that's coming out. And I went to Lake Tahoe for a women's ski weekend. And at the end of the weekend, they invited me to come back for a biking expedition called Pumps and Pedals. And I said, no, I'm afraid. It's not happening. And my friend Marcy said, I am also scared, but maybe we can do it together. So I think finding a friend, finding a buddy can make all of the difference. Sometimes you just need to find a friend. So that's step number 4, and you can support each other. And as the saying goes, you can move mountains, and we actually biked. We did mountain biking in the mountains, which was incredible. I'm so glad that Marcy helped me out to be able to conquer my fear. And the 5th and final step of my 5 is to find your happy. It's very important to celebrate your accomplishments. And what I often say is celebrate early and often. Maybe you want to have a whole birthday month like me. Who needs just one day? But one of the things that happens when we think about failure and we get afraid is we're looking at all of the things that don't go well. And there's a lot of steps in the process as you move up the mountain, and you want to make sure to acknowledge all of your accomplishments and think about the joy of what you're doing. And we can always give ourselves partial credit. So I hope you'll find some ways to move forward and not be so afraid. And I hope my steps have helped you. And thank you again to Authority Magazine for including me in their interview series.